This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, March 25th, the year 31, when the first Easter was celebrated. March 25th, the year 421. It was at 12 p.m. that the city of Venice was founded. March 25th, 1609, Henry Hudson set sail for the Dutch East India Company, trying to find a passage to Asia. On the way, he would discover the Hudson River. March 25th, 1807, the British Parliament abolished slave trade throughout the British Empire. It was a beautiful, bright day, March 25th, 1851, when Yosemite Valley was discovered in California. It was this day, March 25th, 1882, that the first demonstration of making pancakes was held in a department store in New York City. March 25th, 1943, the middle of World War II, when 97% of all Dutch physicians strike against the Nazi regime. It was March 25th, 1954. Today, RCA manufactured the first color TV set. It was with a 12.5-inch screen at a cost of $1,000. It was on this day, March 25th, 1961, that the Russians launched the Sputnik. A few years later, 1965, when Martin Luther King Jr. leads 25,000 on a protest march in Montgomery, Alabama. Well, that's what happened on some days in the past on March 25th. But this is today, March 25th, 2020. New Delhi, India, ordered its billion-plus population to stay inside for the next 21 days, bringing a third of the world today is under lockdown on the coronavirus pandemic. Today, March 25th, Mexico's president offered this rather unusual advice: keep eating out. He said, we're going to keep living life as usual, and I'll tell you when not to go out any longer. And if you're able and have the means to do so, continue taking your family out to eat, because that strengthens our economy. In public, he routinely is nonchalant, contradicting all public health officials. He's routinely seen hugging children, offering a handshake. That's what's happening in Mexico today. Today in Moscow, Russia, they set up facial recognition cameras all throughout the city recording the movement of anyone who leaves their home. If you're caught, it's a 5-year jail term or deportation if you're a foreigner. President Putin, wearing a hazmat suit, visited the hospitals treating the coronavirus patients. According to their reports, there are only 495 cases of the virus in Russia. But they all know that in reality, there are far more who are ill with the virus. Today, March 25th, Cairo, Egypt, 150,000 free online therapy sessions have been given to people to help them cope with anxiety, depression, and the unique ailment called pseudo-coronavirus, where people are convinced they have the virus, although they do not. Today, Denver, Colorado, the mayor announced the closing of all non-essential services. Included in the first round of non-essential services were liquor stores and recreational marijuana dispensaries. But after long lines of protest, the city announced an amendment and now listed among the essential services that will remain open are included liquor stores and marijuana dispensaries. Today, Americans are rushing to make online wills and end-of-life directives in the face of the epidemic. Lawyers, however, caution that these wills will not be seen as valid because they don't meet all the legal requirements of the state. Today, nearly half of New York City's coronavirus cases are found in adults under the age of 45. When Congress, hopefully today, finally votes on the bailout package, a number of the quarantined senators say that they will show up to vote in their hazmat-like protective gear. It is an unusual day, full of conflicting information, confusion. It's easy to be filled with anxiety and fear. But I would remind you that there is more to this story than we can see. Jesus reminds us he leaves us peace. He says, "It's my own peace that I give you. I don't give it to you as the world does." Jesus says, "Do not be worried or upset. Do not be afraid." This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, March 25th.